Hello, Sonia here, and today I want to talk to you about how being critical gets us into our head and disconnects us so quickly from our intuition and the present moment. So a lot of times we use criticism as a way to try and motivate ourselves, keep ourselves in line, and it really always has like the opposite effect. So for example, this past weekend, if you've been following me, I just recently moved to New Orleans in April, and I have been really looking to find and create community. So one of the things that I decided to do was join an improv group. Now, when I am doing improv with the people in my class, I have a blast. I have no problem being in the moment. I love it. It's such a fun form of play. But the moment that any audience shows up, I freeze. I get so critical of myself, super hyper aware, tell myself that I need to try harder, and inevitably do not so great of a job. Because having fun with something and be like, oh, this is great and fun and play, and also like the stakes are super low. Here I am at a chill improv class, and if I have an audience, it's because it's it's like our friends and family who are coming to like watch our little recital. But was a really good mirror for me to watch like how critical I am of myself and how I can hold myself to like really impossible standards and how insidious that can be and not even realizing. So anyway, level 1 improv recital, had an audience, did not do well, hated it, felt very critical of myself, but decided, you know what, gonna get back on the horse. Also, I love improv, so did level 2. Did my level 2 class, really, again, great group, so much fun, such a blast. And Sunday was my level 2 recital. So there was a lot of nerves coming up to it. I was like, oh no, what if I make another huge mistake and I do a bad job again? And I was like, maybe I should, and if I do, maybe I should never be on a stage again. I mean, it was like inside, like inner here was like freaking out because my intellect was like, not only very much in control, but afraid of embarrassing myself, afraid of being vulnerable in front of other people, wondering how they would judge me. But anyway, so there's all of this energy coming up to it. So Friday, our teacher invited us to watch Coven, which is an all women's improv group. And I show up to watch these women perform who are just fabulous performers and part of the theater that I'm at, the New Movement Theater here in New Orleans. And they invited me and this other girl, Maddie, who just graduated level 2, invited us to perform with them if we wanted to. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to, but I guess sure, I should. So I get on stage and I freeze. I'm like, I don't know what it is that I'm doing. I'm not having fun. I just try after having the first sketch where every single person pretended that they were a city in New Orleans. I just moved here, or not New Orleans, city in Louisiana. I don't know much about New Orleans, Louisiana. I don't know anything about the cities. So it was like all of a sudden I am in this sketch in which I have no bearing whatsoever, my worst nightmare. And get off the stage, want to just wait in the wings, had some people brought me out, and I hated it. It was like an hour, I was just like, oh, I hate this. I hate this. So I survive, I get off, and I want to cry, It's like when you feel like you just made a fool of yourself and you're like, oh no, made a huge mistake and everybody's judging me. So I wanted to cry. And it was a really good place to practice compassion with myself. Also just sharing that information with some of the people who were in my class, they were really nice. And I remember one of my classmates, Joe, was like, Sonia, it's really important. My biggest thing is to really be in a space where you're having fun. Because before you even show up, because if you're in a good energy and in a good mood, that translates. And for me, it was like, duh, of course, the vibration that we show up with in trains. And so yesterday we had our recital. And so I really had to make it a practice to be very gentle and compassionate with myself and being like, take off the pressure. That this is not a high stakes thing. This is my place to have fun and that I can trust myself, trust other people, trust my intuition, and trust the moment. All of the things that I know and believe to be true and put them into practice in a place that is very uncomfortable for me. So we did the recital. It went really, really well. But even walking away was such a beautiful, crystal clear mirroring of how the energy that we show up with to whatever has a profound effect. The difference in how I was able to access my intuition, access the present moment, access my own personal power and my own place of fun was night and day. Showing up, being critical of myself, being in my head, being in my intellect, wondering if I was doing things right or wrong, stole me away not only from the present moment, but shrunk myself. And that place of trying to shrink myself was really a self-protective mechanism. But then Sunday, when I was still had the same fears, still was feeling very nervous, I decided that I was just gonna let myself make a bunch of mistakes, that I didn't have to do it perfectly, and that it was gonna be okay, and that I could have fun. And even just that pivot opened me up to a whole new experience. You know, oftentimes we show up with a specific mindset or belief as a way to protect our hearts. You know, it's like being afraid is what we do is that we then close ourselves off. We get into our heads. We put up our fences. But if we could open ourselves up and remind ourselves that like, I'm safe, it's okay, it changes everything. That I can make a mistake and it's not life or death or all about good or bad, but an invitation to be more kind, compassionate, and gentle with myself. And so I just wanted to share that with you because where are you being critical of yourself in your own life? Where are you cutting yourself off from your own spirit, from your availability, from your joy and fun out of fear of making a mess? A lot of times creativity is in the mess, and our creativity connects us to our intuition, to our spirit, to the larger world. So I encourage you to just watch your thoughts, watch your intellect, make a mess, be all over the place and not judge yourself for it, and see what the fun, great things that pop in. So there you go. That is my wonderful story and how I felt and the lesson that I learned in a very practical way this weekend. And if you liked this video, I feel like, hey, sign up for our newsletter, Sonia and soniatully.com. You get a free spiritual lesson a week. I send it directly to your inbox of cool, actionable things you can do right now. Also, if you need help, if you want to know what your soul purpose is, what's going on for you right now, what your gifts are, what your life lessons are, book a reading with me. Let's get clarity and give you like clarity on the path ahead. You can do that over either by clicking the book button on my profile or by going to my website. I offer a free 15-minute informational call. You can get to know me, get to know my vibe, how I work, and see if we're going to be like was a good fit. But yes, I am sending you all my love. And I feel like if you're wanting some support and want a reading, trust your intuition. Don't doubt yourself. Don't wait and waste any more time. It's the most precious commodity that we have. I'm sending you all my love. Happy Monday. Bye.